Hello everyone, my name is Masood Idris and today I'm going to speak upon the resurgence of nationalism and right-wing populist parties in our current political climate. Where is it taking place? Or where is it happening? Nationalism and nativism are gaining momentum in politics all around the globe. There is a growing sentiment rising in the populations for their government to put them first. A prime example of this is the 2016 United States election where Donald Trump emerged as the president. Make America Great Again. Most of you have heard this campaign slogan. Its purpose was to strike at the growing unrest of the population due to a lack of financial well-being through the use of nationalism. Another prime example of rising nationalism can be seen in Brazil, where Jair Bolsonaro, the president of Brazil, has gained support through his populist and nationalist views. As an ex-military officer, Bolsonaro is a great candidate to breathe fire into a nationalist sentiment by stating that he would restore Brazil's economy through exploring the Amazon. There are many examples of nationalist parties rising to power in their countries. This chart depicts nationalist parties gaining power throughout Europe. Formed just 6 years ago, in 2017, the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD, entered the federal parliament for the first time with 12.6% of the vote, becoming Germany's biggest opposition party. The anti-immigration Sweden Democrat made significant gains in 2018 general election, winning about 18% of the vote. The far-right Finns party were narrowly beaten into second place in the April 2019 general election. And so we can see from this summary of data that there is a growing sentiment of nationalism throughout Europe and in its respective countries. Why is this happening? So one main reason why this is happening is financial instability. The IMF has sharply reduced its estimate for 2019, stating that the global economy is in a synchronized slowdown, growing at its slowest pace since the global financial crisis. When growth collapses, anxieties rise, especially among the middle class who feel squeezed, get enraged by corruption and inequality, and have the capacity to voice their anger. Thus, we see a rise in nationalist views that are self-centered upon their growth alone. Financial instability leads to short-sighted policies where the countries try to be the sole beneficiary, and this backfires and slows the world economy even more. So what are the impacts? Well, like we just stated, as nationalist parties gain power, they introduce stricter foreign policies in their benefit. This is a chain loop where policies of nationalist views are made and cause globalization to slow down, and therefore stricter policies are put in place to try and protect their people. Examples: Donald Trump's NAFTA negotiations with Canada, and also Trump administration's stricter tariffs on Chinese imports. Another example is of Italy, where the new government has outlined making reforms without international commitments. Finally, we can take a look at the impact on our environment. Since the safekeeping of the environment is a global responsibility, nationalism may conflict with climate goals set by countries collectively. An example of this is Brazil's President Bolsonaro, who reduced environmental regulations in Brazil, and as a result, the Amazon, which is responsible for 20% of the Earth's oxygen, is being destroyed 80% more than last year. So where does this leave us? Well, we need to ask ourselves a few questions. We need to ask ourselves, is a nationalist approach sustainable? Is it possible for us to get better individually when the world is so globalized? And will nationalism even work in our global economy, or will it be the downfall for the world? Thank you.